Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Welcome, chat. Good morning. Let's make money, guys. Let's have another great day. Let's go, everyone. Let me share the video with our community members. You guys can also share our live stream video with your friends, with your communities on Discord and so on. Let's do this, guys. $19,800. Crypto space retraced. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Hope you have a great time so far. Hope you have a beautiful day. So you were close to your first payout. What happened? Yes, I am posting basically. I got the video ready to be published, guys, on Ticktick Trader. I got the video to be published. It is right now uploading to YouTube. It's gonna be published very soon and you guys can watch this. What happened? Pretty unfortunate situation, guys. Definitely unfortunate situation. I mean, I'm still going around momentum trading, of course. Good morning, everyone. Yep. Pretty unfortunate, guys. Pretty unfortunate what happened on the markets, and especially that. So TTT comes out and says that they are doing this as a response to a problem which is generated externally by bad actors, which is forcing the platform to adapt with rules that are strict. It's not out of business, TTT. It just changed their trading rules and payout rules. No, it doesn't exist a firm in the way TTT used to be. So the problem is the payout ratio 1-to-1 between the threshold, the payout threshold, and the max loss. They cannot be 1-to-1. If they're the same, then hedging clusters that are hedging can perform hedging without issues, without risks. So they are able to monetize basically this mathematical issue, which is why the drawdown must be lower than the payout threshold, which is how it is on successful instant funding prop firms. Unfortunately, this is the way it has to be from what we see in the markets, guys. There's other firms as well. Of course, that's Rashida. You're right, correct. Especially for people that had accounts, they did not give too many days. They just give out until 23rd of March to adjust your numbers, be able to go on the old rules because this is taking effect in quite a few days. I did talk to them. I did told them this is obviously having a negative impact towards the audiences, but they clearly explained me that it cannot function when the rules are 1-to-1 in terms of the payout threshold and the max loss. It has to be a distance in between, otherwise people that are hedging between account A and account B, for example. You're longing on account A, you're having a different identity, a total different connection, computer, and so on for account B. So you're making things totally different. Account A, account B, you're doing this job, and simply you can make money by hedging easily. You spend on two accounts $900 and you get a payout of $2,700. So you have a good edge right there, and you can take advantage. This was the problem, as they explained, guys. Now they're trying to solve this problem. They're trying to come up with a response to that problem. Obviously this is impacting actual clients, actual users that bought their accounts under different rules. Correct. And that is definitely not pleasurable, definitely unfortunate, definitely difficult to be digest. Yeah, they decrease the drawdown basically. Exactly, Alexander. So changing rules for the new accounts, it's the situation that has to be done. The question is about changing the rules for the old accounts that have been purchased under different rules. I'm gonna obviously reach out to them once again, trying to explain the situation and trying to share basically how our community feels, how our community considers the right thing and the wrong thing. That's something to be discussed about. Correct, guys. You are correct on the things you mention. Absolutely right about it. Rashida, well, they never had issues of payouts. They've been online for 3 years. In January, they had 3 years of business activity in the prop firm world. So it's no longer a startup. It is a company which has more than 40 people in the office, in real office, in a physical office, right? So I saw those guys. And I know what I'm talking about. So I saw them with my eyes. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that the current situation is an easy situation or easy to be digested, or simply the decisions that must be made as CEO or the management or the executive part that is doing this side is needing to listen, of course, at some point to consider the community's feedback as well somehow. And that's what I'm trying to do, guys. You guys are sending me your feedback. I'm taking the feedback from you guys. I know also which are the right things. I know also which is the way to go about moral or not moral. I know which is the business case, of course. I'm trying to take your responses as well and reach out to them and see if it's possible, of course, to consider a form of adjustment. Well, currently, it's still the prices for instant funding, which is a little bit better, and of course the nature of the alternative and diversification. That always is a must criteria to be diversified in this world, and consider the prices as well. I'm gonna talk to them after our live stream and see what we can do. I guess it's also in their best interest to offer the new set of services, the new set of rules under conditions that are reliable. It's not just my interest, it's not just your interest, guys. It's also in their interest. So I'm assuming they're doing their best into that direction. But as an extra activity, I have to discuss with them, of course, and touch some bases with that. Very interesting, by the way, how does the markets dumped in the past couple of hours. In the past 6-7 hours, we just got rejected again on 20,000s. And now we might grab some momentum here on 15 minute, guys. We might grab some momentum here. There's 15 minutes to go till the market opens. Well, at some point when you have such level of rules that no longer allow numerous cheaters to take advantage. So it depends. Each prop firm has the ability to interiorize a level of cheating. So in other words, they afford, I don't know, $200,000 a month to be cheated simply because they were not ready, capable to protect against that, or simply even economically, it might cost them more to protect against that 200 grand, right? So it might cost them more in terms of price, in terms of resources. So they just allowed that. That's also the possibility out there with the prop firms, guys, that they always have to deal with cheaters. And I guess each prop firm is having a specific level, a specific total amount they can deal. Higher than that, they can no longer accept, simply because the company would no longer exist. So the financial resources are put in danger, and they have to make a change if the level of scam is higher than what does the company affords digesting. Correct. If it's with the new accounts, of course, cheaters have no issue. But if it's still with the old accounts, they consider that accounts that are belonging to cheaters today, they're going to be affected by the new rules. If they're not applying to the old accounts as well, the new rules, then they are not applying the rules on the cheaters. So the cheaters will be able to continue. I guess they thought about this thing, so I'm in a position to obviously speculate along with you guys and try to find the best solution, which is something we're continuously going to do. I guess they thought about it. They made calculations. They knew if simply rules will be applied on old accounts, community is going to get angry and frustrated. They know that has a price. But what if we don't apply the rules on the old accounts? What happens? Well, simply the old accounts with the cheaters will continuously go under the conditions that generated them the losses. So it kind of makes no sense to still allow those guys. If they would be able to, let's do this exercise, thinking about it. If they would be able to identify the entire group from the old accounts that are the cheaters and eliminate those guys, that would be something else. That would be something else. If they would be able to identify real time that this account, that account, and that account is basically a cheater account. If they would be able to do this, I'm gonna simply propose them these things. We're gonna jump in a quick long here for a possibility of a breakout and a nice fair value grab into the highs. 12 minutes to go, guys, with the markets opening. Rules will always change with all the prop firms. That's a necessity. It's also, I'm explaining it basically on my YouTube video, guys. That there is a need to change the rules based on the feedback you have from your clients, based on the feedback you have from your traders, and based on the numbers you generate. If the business is not going in the right direction, you have to adapt your numbers. I'm out of this trade. Hope you're having a great time, guys. They just came out like 30 minutes ago with a flash sale on the 250K account, offering $300. There is a special coupon for that as well for any one of you that would like to go about it. If you buy accounts right now, you're still going to have the old drawdown rules. Later on during the day, I'm gonna post basically the video. Maybe in an hour, I'm gonna post the video on my channel. It's uploading right now. It's rendering. It's processing on my YouTube channel, guys, where I'm trying to explain the rules. It's, you know, hard to digest them. Honestly, I'm here with you. Hard to digest them. This is not making trading easier. This is making trading a little bit more difficult, especially with the withdrawal threshold. That's the reality. Now, I don't think they would have decided this way if they were not in a mandatory position to decide it this way. I think they are forced to make these decisions. So one month to make $4,500. Indeed. Indeed. You gotta make another 6,000 to get 3K out. That's an unfortunate situation for such context, correct? But the question is, what can we do and what they can do about it? Hey, buddy. Correct, alloy trades. There's a lot of the scammers, cheaters, hackers that are taking advantage of making money from the systems. To have a prop firm business is very difficult. I agree with that. You have to deal with a lot of issues at a variety of levels. So, successfully delivering for 3 years on a very good Trustpilot score, just like TTT managed to do, means something, guys. They're no longer a startup, they're a company that is capable and going to fight through this period. Exactly, well, it has to be measured. I mean, things have to be measured, things have to be adapted. We as traders, we're not the owners of the firms. We have an advantage working with these firms because it's costing us less than putting our own resources on a personal account, right? So you buy basically that max loss, that's what you buy. Right now, for example, with a 150K account, you pay $450 and you buy a max loss of 6,000. That's what you do. This is how things must be calculated. Compared to a personal account, you would need to spend $6,000. So that's the gap, basically, that you have an advantage with prop firms. Instant funded. Mikhail, you lost 20 challenges. You can think about the instant funding. Instant funding do not requires you to grab challenges at all. You get funded and you make money from the beginning. Once you get to a specific level, you get basically payout. It's a lot easier if you skip the challenges. You skip the line, but still, of course, trading must be good afterwards. The business model is based on most people failing. That's why they let you have insane leverage. Well, exactly, but they say they are not the ones forcing people or driving people into failing. People are failing by themselves. This is what most of these companies are saying, right? Exactly. Each customer is deciding, which is why we are creating a complete prop firm review website with multiple options, with a lot of varieties. So each person is having the ability to be fully informed about and act accordingly based on its needs. Ticktick Trader is still going to be part of this need for a lot of the clients. So they kind of know where they're situated in the market at this time. Even with the new rules, they kind of feel it. They kind of know what's their position in the market. Three minutes to go, guys, till the market openings. Would be lovely to send this market back above 20,000. What do you think about, guys? Would be lovely. As we already know, fellas, when it comes down to business, fairness has a different explanation. And most of the time, fairness becomes subjective based on your interest. The problem is when there is a contradiction and a tension between the client interest and the company interest. Company has a specific incentive, the client has a different incentive, and there can be tension in between that. And this is what happens. And that's where we are right now, for example. That's totally correct, guys. Totally correct. For those of you that are, and there is many, upset, that's correct for you guys to be like that. It's a contradiction between the interest and the purpose. You guys want to utilize the services and make money. They also want to share services and make money, so they cannot expose themselves to the problems with the hedging. And the hedging problem is generated by the ratio, which is 1-to-1 between the payout threshold and the max loss. Cannot be 1-to-1. It cannot be like that. So now the ones that are hedging no longer have the edge to do it in a 100% profitable manner, and it's no longer worth it for them. 2 minutes to go and the market is breaking below here. Might be retesting certain levels, but let me share with you what's happening. The daily is much higher. We got a daily opening much higher, the weekly opening as well. Contradiction between the interest of the company and clients. Thank you guys for coming. 1 minute to go, fellas. Make sure to smash the like video, subscribe to the channel. We're streaming daily from Monday to Friday. And we're trying to do our best out here. I will ask them about India. I don't know. I don't know about the reason behind banning India. I just know their decision. With all the things you guys are telling me, I'm gonna reach out to them and let them know how does the community thinks about. For them, it is also important to know what is the community looking for and what's the feedback. So they can adjust. They can try to adjust if it's possible. They will do it for sure, because it's in their best interest to have a satisfied community. Correct. Correct, Mike. You have to play by the rules. You have to succeed. You know, the prop firm industry has a lot of the rules. Correct. Let me just get the opening bell, guys. Here we go. We got the market opening. What's happening out here? We just broke below. Possibly continuing with this one a little bit lower. I'm not going to trade anything right now. So the prop firm world has advantages, disadvantages, and it's always going to be a relation like that. Most of the people that are joining the prop firm world care about the advantage of finance, where you purchase for $450 an account that gives you $6,000 max drawdown. Because as comparison, if you would need that $6,000 drawdown, you have to deposit $6,000 on a broker and trade on a personal account like that, which is not going to be the same price, the same risk, the same difficulty. And that's where a bunch of advantage comes in when it comes down to the prop firms for the majority of the guys. We're throwing out a long here if it holds. With a stop loss below the structure, we can do microsculping right now, guys. No longer 10 seconds. No longer 10 seconds. We can do some microsculping here. I don't like this. I'm out. The account has been moved into paused. So the microsculping has not been updated yet, probably. The accounts have been paused, guys, right now. I did the microsculping, so look at this. I had an 8 seconds trade. And the accounts were paused for 8 seconds straight. It seems like the microsculping is still active. Do not microsculp right now. Yeah, do not microsculp, guys. Because the rule of microsculping is still active. I have been paused by doing 8 seconds trade. Probably it comes in effect after 23rd. Correct, Alexandra. Takes effect on 23rd of March with the microsculping. So I microsculp, which means that I'm paused for the 2 accounts that I'm copy trading. I can trade today the 3rd one. We're gonna trade today this one, not an issue. But look at the pump we got here, fellas. Look at the pump we got. 100 points. Massive move out here. Breaking above the previous structures, the market is flying back. Definitely gonna hunt the daily opening. Big volatility here with the unemployment claims that came out today less than expected with 1,000. No big deal, but the idea is quite bullish and positive across the markets. Nvidia as well. Nvidia reacted on a massive position, guys. Look at that. Retesting the previous breakout level. The previous trending line has been retested. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're picking our numbers. We're doing trading here. What's happening on the gold side as well. Holding on to the markets and price action. Bitcoin is looking great as well. Tesla might have an interesting day into pumping. So let me just look at this craziness. We're trading one account today. The other two are paused because of microsculping. So microsculping is still active, guys. I tested it for you. Takes effect on 23rd. That's good. Massive pump out here. Back to the 200 EMA. This could nicely run through certain levels here. That's a level of supply. Even slightly above that. 940s, 950s, a level of supply. But up to that point, we might just get the markets climbing. What a strong opening, guys. 130 points already. And it's kept pushing. We had a dovish stance on Powell's speech yesterday. We were live streaming. We also had, obviously, the pause on the rate cuts as expected, and the markets were considering that good. So it's not just about what they expect, but it's also how does the market considers what these guys are expecting. The markets categorize that as healthy. We pumped yesterday above 20,000, retraced during the Asian London session. And now we're looking for taking this thing back. In the meantime, the volatility kicks in. And we can try to make money out of this. I like to look into this candle and see where does the golden pocket sits. 840s. 842 golden pocket. Wow, that's a crazy pump, guys. This actually wants to become unstoppable. Curious to see if this high here rejects again. I'm happy to scalp long above this into the supply. We're out of the microsculping rule risk. If this green candle holds here nicely and it pumps, smashing through the resistance expected, we should nicely fly into our supply from the higher level on a 15-minute range. So this is a great opportunity, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great time. This is where we are right now. Fastening the seat belts and ready to move above 900s. We're gonna work around with the stop loss here tight. If this gets rejected, of course, I don't need to see any form of reversal from here with 10 micros. I'm just the momentum trader right now. If it gets back below our entry, we're going to reduce the size. If it starts rejecting here, if it fails to continue right now, we also have to allocate some time. I'm going to reduce 5 contracts. And another 5, guys. You know, reduced at break even. We're down by $2, but I don't want to FOMO into this position. I'm going to readjust. You know, we had a beautiful opening, an engulfing on the 1 minute, and a continuation after that. I wasn't that focused on the charts. Missed that. So usually people FOMO after such missings. But that's fine. We have to control ourselves. And this is the thing we gotta improve, basically. Our trading abilities, our trading skills. This is an interesting time here for another round. We could use the wick of the candle as an invalidation. There you go. If you get below that, I'm happy to be out. I'm also happy to go for a squeezing above 900s. Right, so we just got stuck at this point, but squeezings above 900s would be lovely. Welcome, chat. Good morning, chat. Hope you have a great day. Of course, some of you just got into this Ticktick Trader new rules and definitely have fair reasons not to be enthusiastic about it. I'm gonna be tight on this one as well. I don't want to long the top, so if it's not running quickly, I'm out. Come on, beautiful. This is the candle. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Stop loss below this candle. It has a flat opening. It has strength. It should be riding the momentum above the 900s. Come on, you got the flat opening. Let's go. Sold 5 contracts. sold another 5. That's it, right? We secured about $28. Not much about it for sure, but still. Have to be careful here with a stop loss hunting. Would love to monetize that, guys. Right here, taking out the lows, taking out below 50s before we run to the top side. Let's go, guys. The pressure is still there. The pressure is still there, guys. I'm out of this. I don't like it, guys. That rejection on the 1 minute before is actually significant. Shows strength. And the markets were protected above 60s, and now it's running. No reversal. No reversal below this level, guys. Below this level, taking some squeezing liquidity here from some gaps that we got on the fair value. At this point, we could have been doing this, right, and continuing, but simply not. So it just wipes you out. Nvidia looks ready as well to move higher. Gold is looking great too, with a higher low structure here. Constructing above the 200 EMA would be absolutely necessarily, but we have basically a clear path towards that. S&P is the big deal, filling up the gap here. Look at the massive reaction on the 200 EMA, guys, for the S&P. Clearly driving through a wick and then holding on to 4 different candlesticks that are green on the 5 minute. That means strength. We could think about a form of rejection around 40s, 50s, but still just temporary. We got some liquidity there. Number 2 extension 956. Coming out from the opening range. This is would it be lovely to get a flush below 853. That would be lovely. But it could be an expensive trade. In terms of keep trying while the market is grinding, trading against the trend is obviously a disaster. Yeah, going around here, a tight loss on a tight position here. or simply this is just gonna go like a staircase to the top side till it hits its targets. And wipes us out. We need a rejection here, so I can use that as an invalidation of a green candle. That's a good point. The problem here is that we got into the supply level, but we still have the 200 EMA slightly higher, so there you go. I can use this one as a denial point if we get into that. I have to be out. No. Fortunately, if it breaks below 898 during this candle, could be a 20-point squeezing momentum. 898. But that would be trading against the trend, which is absolutely not the best financial recipe. Certainly not. Come on, get this thing above so I can monetize a flush. Get it down. 81. Give me about 30 points. That's a beautiful rejection, guys. That's a beautiful rejection on the 1 minute that we just had. I can actually use that as a invalidation point for a short. Let's go, everyone. It's still holding. Exactly, a great long opportunity for the Nasdaq, performing very, very well on the longs during the openings. No retracement so far. That is nicely to be monetized. Everything is bought up quite quickly. Time to do an engulfing here. I'm gonna play this very tight, guys, this way. We're gonna be very tight on this one. Looking for discovering this sell-off hold here. Exactly. The first mine was correct on the longs. Now I'm trying to catch and monetize a 20-30 points small retracement. I'm gonna partially sell very soon. The pressure is very high on the bulls, so it's kind of hard to take the markets down under these conditions. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's go with some pressure. Decreasing my stop loss, moving in very close to that flat opening. This candle has to hold if it's bearish. So if it's not, I have to be out. Obviously, if it's bearish to my target. Exactly, using... I'm not trading right now Top Step. It looks like Top Step, but this is Ticktick Trader. This is Ticktick Trader. I'm gonna attach you the link, guys. It looks like a Top Step platform, but it's the same Project X utilized by Top Step as well. This is a different prop firm. It's Ticktick Trader. I'm gonna attach you and pin you the link for those of you that are interested. There is a flash sale right now as well. Oh, look at that. Just moving my stop loss a little bit higher than that. That's a crazy buying pressure once again. Slightly higher. This is the 1 minute that has to be rejected, guys. This one has to be rejected. Beautiful looking. So the next one could be the one hitting the target. That's a nice sell-off. I'm going to use that as a top basically for rejection. I'm also going to publish the video with the rules that have changed. For Ticktick Trader. Publishing very soon, guys. Hope you have a great day, even though it's not easy. Surely it's not easy. I sold 5 contracts right there, and we exited in loss. It failed to continue for our target. Sold 5 on my entry, and 10 micros have been stopped out. This is another invalidation possibility here on 921. It's certainly another possibility. I'm out. Certainly reconsidering to reposition. Look at the S&P, guys, is just completely filling up the gap here, possibly retracing in a minor way afterwards, which is what I'm also looking for Nasdaq. You know, as soon as it breaks the highs over there or two. We got into the 200 EMA. Good morning, Kevin. Hope you have a great time, Kevin. Hope you have a great time and enjoy. We're going to cut this early if the rejection is missing. S&P as well, pumped way past the gap. This is not looking good. 20,000s are right there, very, very close to us. Oh, look at that W pattern out there. TTT changing rules exactly. I'm going to have a video about those rules very, very soon, guys. We've been talking about it at the beginning of the stream. Hey, Alessandro. Hi from Italy. Italy, a beautiful place. Let me tell you something. Been in so many places in Italy. And it's one of the most difficult tasks to say which is the best out of there. Right, so near Napoli, you have beautiful times near Napoli, with Sorrento, with the other very popular places just missing right now through my mind. But that is just massive, guys, what you have over there. Let's go for a rejection here, guys. This is becoming non-stop movement to the top. This is becoming something that I've been shorting, playing it tight indeed. But this one is no longer a tight one. You're from Rome. That's a beautiful capital city. So you got Florence, which is amazing. And near Napoli, you have the volcano. Look at that, fellas. This is becoming ugly for my trade. Real ugly. And this is becoming big mistakes one after the other in row. Telling you guys. My mind is not clear today, fellas. I'm not able to focus. It's been a lot of noise through my head. No rejection, no retracement, nothing, guys. The market is going straight above the previous high and is going nuts. It is going nuts. And I had a positioning at the opening time. I said bullish. So there you got the bullish and you trade the opposite. It's a bad Thursday. Take this back to 74. Let me get out. Let me get out with minimal losses out of this tremendous trade that I did. Tremendous example and exercise of how not to. Unemployment came out very similar to what we're expected. And then you got the markets going like this. What's happening with the DXI? DXI has been going aggressively in the past couple of hours. About 10-15 hours has been pumping and probably getting out of this range right now. It's dealing with resistance. Right, there is a top of the range here. 104. That is what he's dealing with. And in this case, we're setting up, guys, here for a nice, strong move. Breaking above 21-100s. Right. I cannot be in shorts under these conditions. You know, I could scalp some shorts, but definitely not in the way I performed. And definitely should not be the main interest with the shorts. Exactly, the payout is 80 to 20 right now. Hello guys, hello Anton. It's 80 to 20 instead of 90 to 10, which means on a 150k account, instead of receiving 2,700, you're gonna get 2,400. So $300 less on a 150k account on each payout. Time to reject here. That's definitely not the tightest stop loss, which could cost me a lot. Could cost me a lot. There's not much to go out of this account with the max loss. Give me a nosedive. Give me a beautiful nosedive. Three red candles could nicely take me to the entry I had in 74, which could nicely support. Could nicely support for another strong movement, if we get there, of course. There's been so many late and overexposed longs right here in a such market structure for the 5-minute as well. That usually makes sense to dump it about 20 to 30 points from time to time. But it's not today. It has been throughout the past couple of weeks, just like this, guys. Now that's the level I'm gonna use as rejection and, of course, denial of a short. The 20,027 right there. That's the denial point. If we go above that, I have to be out. And in this case scenario, I just want to get this even. I just want to get out of this terrible setup. We have been recovering when we were $2,700 down on unrealized losses just a couple of days ago. So it's not about the dollar value itself, it is about the form of trading that we got during the day. I'm gonna sell 5 contracts here in case of bulls are gonna protect this level. I don't want to see the markets throwing another buying pressure back to the 27s and me being exposed at 15 contracts. Come on, time to reject this one. This is the green candle you want to transform. Yeah, regulation is gonna come. And that's going to be very interesting the way it's going to play out. A very interesting time. Look at the buying pressure, guys. Nothing sticks when it comes down to shorts. Unless we get rejected right now. Well, I guess a combination trading on your own money and using props as well is a very good model, which today works amazing. I'm doing swing trading, but that's only happening on crypto. I've been trading crypto since 2014. Swing trading, so no day trading on crypto for me. And that is a total different style, a total different business model where you buy and hold for a few weeks or a few months, most of the time without leverage, without being on the futures market with that one most of the time. And you're trading between major levels. It is definitely not that emotional. It is definitely not that closely correlated with the impact of the instinctual side where the day trading hits you hard. But this is something that also attracts me. It's the big challenge, guys. The big challenge. Come on, let's just reject here for another round and take this back into 74 so I can nicely get out of this trade unhurt. Crypto trading as a swing is very profitable in terms of holding it for months usually compared to weeks. So that sector is where you can ride the cycles. You can also play with demand and supply zones between the crypto on swings. And then at the time you see domination appearing on the price action on shorter term, so you want to trade on the daily candles for swing. You don't want to go doing your technical analysis on any other lower time frame, so just HTF daily candle. You want to make sure your weekly candle is not looking bearish. You want to make sure you're not exposed basically in a such context of weekly to be bearish. So the daily must be bullish as well. You must form a conjunction in between the 2 time frames. And then on lower time frames such as the 2 hours and 4 hours closings, you're pretty much searching for an entry during the days. And this is all based on a technical that is coming from the daily candles. You want to search supply demand zones, and they're respected a lot. If you jump into the trades at a time things are confirmed for that direction, you have a very strong probability rate. On top of that, this is most of the time buying the crypto itself, right? So it's like buying spot. You're not shorting, for example. And the crypto space overall is also going to the top side over the time, if you believe in that. Of course, this is just a speculation for sure. But the idea is that during the past years, whatever long, whatever entry in a crypto you had added Bitcoin, for example, it would have been impossible to be in a loss. Today, it is much higher than any level during the past years. Not the same for the other cryptos, but most of the cryptos that are serious, and we speak about the top ones, are at a very good level compared to the price action they had. Look at that, guys. Somehow we are crawling out of this trade that I had here. Let me look into this 1 minute candle. Let me see how does this continues back into the fair value gap. You got a fair value gap here. This place. You want to fill that up, right? There's between 40s and then probably 65 of fair value gap. You want to fill that up. Wow. I'm out. This is nuts. You know, I'll accept that. This is nuts trading shorts today. Like, there's no short discussion. Look at the BTC is bullish on 86,000. Looks great for the 5 minute. Nasdaq as well. Holds onto the line. 200 EMA right below. About to go higher. Cannot be in a short here with Nasdaq at all. Good job. That's a good job, Aloha Trades. You got right there 150 points. This is where we are and how we are positioned. Right, so the wick we got here was very, very close to give me an exit on my entry, or to flush even below the previous or the block structure we had here. We had a let me just clear that, guys, from the screen and share with you. Fair value gap sitting right there. We didn't touch that. We've been bouncing before. And then simple liquidity into this area. Nope. Most of the time we would have been touching that, wicking exactly like we have wicked into. That's how we have wicked and then pumped. All the other way around. That way they could have been nicely touched some deep stop losses. Tesla is going to have a great time breaking out at the top as well. You know, Nasdaq is just going to fly, guys, throughout the entire day. Look at the massive movement we have here. Everything looks great. 4 hours, let me share with you. Wow, tremendous. Look at the 4 hours. Correct. Props and your money. That's the best. Like, props do give you an advantage financially. Because you purchase basically max drawdown. That's what you guys buy. Max drawdown. If you spend $450, like for example, right now it's $450. The 150k accounts, $450. Instant funded. You buy $6,000 drawdown. If you still buy the accounts today, you're going to be protected basically. I'm gonna publish the video very soon, guys, in a matter of a few minutes. I got the video up, guys, about the new rules. I'm gonna send you the link, chat. I'm gonna send you the link here, chat. That is the link, chat, for the new video on the new rules. It's me explaining and discussing about it, but also presenting the rules in the most natural form possible. New video, guys. New video, guys. Just writing something in the comment section of the video. Yep. So that's where we are, guys. Just like I said. I pasted also a pinned comment right there. No real pullbacks, nothing. Just driving crazy, everyone. And it continues, basically. Just continues non-stop. I'm gonna pin my post. Correct. Shiny Paladin, correct. You have to do extra 2,400 right now. You have to do extra money right now, guys, to qualify. What are we up to with the markets here? Are we going to hold on a short here, guys? Just to scope something out. I mean, no real retracement, not even 30 points. Not even 30 points. Did not request it that much. Just about 30 points. Take this one back below 45, below 50s. One more push to take the liquidity above 100s. They could force and take the liquidity above 100s. It is not holding yet onto the shorts at all. Let's go, guys, with a little bit of retracement out here. Today it has been a pretty bad trading day. We've been messed up with all the things that happened. We have been messed up. Let's take the markets down to 20,000s. On a nice rejection here, come on. A new short if it holds. Would it be an amazing idea? We got a new video, guys, on my channel posted about Ticktick Trader. New rules and updates. Definitely not the most favorable situation. Come on. Keep dumping here. Keep pushing another 20 points so I could partially get out. I'm in a candles. Kevin, TTT decided to remove microsculping. Yes. I did talked about it in my video. So basically, starting by 23rd of March, the microsculping rule will no longer exist. So on 24th on Monday, once the market opens and you start trading on 24th, you can do microsculping. It will no longer exist. Got out of 5 contracts, secured some profits. An extra 5 contract right there and an extra here over, guys. Made $500 in this quick scalp. But I'm ready to push the markets back, retest basically the 70s from this levels. Or retest the 70s from this levels, and then in an eventual risk of a double top, speculating back to the 65-70s. Let's go for this, guys. Exactly, NinjaTrader is about to be acquired by Kraken. Kraken is actually delivering good services, and it's serious crypto platform, crypto exchange. Top level services from Kraken. This is where we are, guys. Look at that. With this $800 right here, if we secure that, give me another green candle of a minute, another, and we get to my target. Let's go, guys. Selling 5 at this point. I gotta play the safety side, right? I have to play with the safety side. And I'm gonna have a stop loss under the structure. Playing with a stop loss here. Let's go with an extra 5. We're back in 15. Could be a decent possibility here for about 20 to 30 points push. Or maybe they have turned it off. Maybe they have turned it off. I don't know. Maybe they have turned it off. That's the max loss I could accept into the trade, guys. Let's go for a strong move here. Back to 66. We just need to wick into that one, and we are fine. Nvidia rejects here near to this arranging point. But the one I care right now is the S&P. S&P pushed all the way very close to the previous top. We actually have a massive resistance here from the S&P, guys. Look at that. It's a flat level, and there's a lot of the room above in the gap. So there's around 68 points of a gap where we could monetize that. Beautiful move, guys. Look at that. Beautiful, guys. We touched the target. Let's go. This one deserves fireworks. We didn't have fireworks throughout the entire day. I didn't deserve any fireworks, but this trade actually deserves some. We've made money to the downside. We've made money to the top side right now. So 670 bucks we're down from 2,100. Yeah, Ricardo, exactly. So they changed the rules. And that's the current situation. Not an enjoyable, not a pleasurable moment. A lot of the people felt frustrated in our community. Make sure to join our Discord, guys. Let me share with you my link. Make sure to join our Discord. We got a lot of discussions. Thank you, Kevin. That's the Discord chat. Yeah, consistency remains the same. Join our Discord chat, fellas. That's the place we're going to update you with a lot of the things. And we're going to keep in touch. We are going to have a complete review and educational prop firm website that speaks about the prop firms. We're already working on it. But it's going to be a lot of work. So it's going to take probably another 1 month. However, when we're going to go live with the website, there's going to be giveaways and stuff like that. So you're going to enjoy that for sure. This is a good opportunity here, guys, to go on for a quick scalp here. Right, stop loss below the structure, break above, take the liquidity from that guy and secure 400 bucks. That guy right there on 89, he's my boy. He wants to deliver me $430. 89.50s. Let's go. S&P wants to break above, which is the only reason. It actually wants to retest the highs. So let's go, guys. Come on. 5 more points. If you reject here, I'm out. I'm, out quite deeply here. Hope you don't flush through the 60s. Hope you do not. You gotta take out all the shorts that were piling up earlier. Take them out. Do you want to reject like this? You don't push another 3 points. Yep. Beautiful. What a beautiful rejection, 3 points away from our target. $600-700 on that one. And now I bet it goes to the top, breaks above the 100s. And leaves us behind. S&P looks great for the 5 minute. You know, this is... Possible double top here, guys. Possible double top, indeed. But that would be too classic and easy. That would be certainly too easy about it. S&P is breaking above. At least that's what it wants. Nvidia as well probably wants to take some liquidity above 119.5. We're just 3 points away. And now obviously, like I told you, it goes back. It goes back to my target. I was on 89, that was my target. William, I got a video, William. For Ticktick Trader, I got a video on my channel. Make sure to check that out, a video. I also posted a video on the chat. There's rules about a drawdown, there's rules about a payout, there's rules about microsculping, there's rules about a payout split. These are the 4 different rules. You want to see the full explanation on my channel. Sure, Ricardo, I perfectly understand you. Perfectly understand you with that. This could be an interesting possibility here too. To monetize on a quick short. If we get the chance of that here in the top. Hopefully not everyone was red today. Hopefully you guys were ending up on a beautiful green for the time. This has been a pretty difficult price action for me, but there's a different problem, guys. The state of mind that I'm in, with all the things that are changing, with all the, you know, stuff around this thing, on the payout and rules changing, this is, you know, bringing tons of issues to our community that expected something else. I mean, we're having to fight with this. This is a response to the problems that are existent, and there is no other option. They have to adapt basically to the feedback of the clients, of their scammers, which are draining resources away. They gotta update towards that, is what we are told. You know, I believe in the necessity of a business to 122, that's a good short, Ricardo, to test it out. I believe in the necessity, basically, of continuous update of a business, which is the only way it could survive. Necessity of an update with the feedback you have. That's the right way. What a terrible situation here. S&P is still pushing here. It's not getting any rejection so far, but we're very near to that. So we should see some of that 50, 60 points dump. 50, 60 points dump as soon as, of course, our S&P rejects as well. Bitcoin is already preparing for a move to the downside. Bitcoin is usually following stocks, usually is following Nasdaq, so a little bit greedy today. Soft daily loss on 150k, that's 3,750. It's just a soft rule. Not an issue breaching that in terms of losing your account, but it's definitely financially a problem, of course. Yeah, we're learning and progressing, guys. Whatever we trade and wherever we trade, we have to become much better traders. That's gonna be, and this should be, and it has to be our main objective, guys. Main objective, to become much better traders, which is why we're exercising. We're together sitting here talking about it, exercising, and building a beneficial community for that. Also, reaching out with our prop firm review website very soon, which will help you in terms of transparency, decisions, and to keep up with the best offers, including all that. The problem with hedging by clustered users is that if you got your payout ratio 1-to-1 with a max loss, you cannot avoid it. So by the time you discover the deep problems, those guys can take a lot of the resources out of the system. Those guys can take some payouts by the time you discover. Which is why having a different value between the payout ratio and the max loss is basically what also other instant funding prop firms are doing. You have to make $9,000 to take your resources out, or whatever values out there. Depends on the accounts, depends on a lot, of course. But there is no prop firm without issues, and of course it is very important to make sure that you are on the same page with a prop firm you are dealing with. Having expectancies, it's becoming unrealistic at this point. And it's not just about a specific prop firm, but for quite a lot of them. That's the job of our community, to eliminate these issues and problems, and we're going to succeed into doing that. So if we're going to categorize a prop firm on our review website, if we're going to categorize it as bad or scam or whatever, avoidable or things like that, to be avoided or so, then it's going to be a word of authority. right? So that's why together we're gonna work on that, guys. We already have our team preparing, and the most important part is to monitor. I'm not gonna be able to monitor alone 20 props, 30 props, but together we can monitor based on the experience we got. And if all these firms know that based on how do they behave and act with our clients, of our community, we have a stronger capacity of negotiation, and it's harder basically to be knocked out this way. If you're coming from a community, you're coming from a brand of authority, they don't want bad reviews. Let's go for a nice dump here, guys. I'm not gonna exit out of this too quickly. I like the pressure, I like the price action as well, and I'm gonna stick in this. I like the double top on the S&P, and I like the instant reaction so far we have. So I'm gonna sit in this short, and that's the way I'm gonna deal with this. Let's go back to the 20,000s. That's a very interesting level right there. 50 points from here. And this would be a very interesting trade. But it's time to make some money out of shorts as well. Just like we have lost out longs, terrible longs that I missed. Usually I'm longing the markets, but in today's context, I have not been sufficiently lucid with my mind to screen the market correctly. So this is where we are. Let's go, guys. Always I'm trying to blame myself for these things, guys. I'm not trying to blame the market or blame that, you know, we have this news and it's requiring a lot of focus and attention and so on. I'm trying to externalize and justify, because that is obviously not productive and it's not going to bring me any valuable long-term improvement. Let's go for another slide here of 20 points back into the 40s and then continue slowly and slowly. You know, this trade actually, I guess it needs time. Needs time. Needs a few candles, so needs a few minutes. That's a lovely 5-minute rejection on the S&P. There's a lot of the people that, you know, shorted the movement that we got above 86. Which is visible from the price action too. Flat opening on the S&P 5-minute. Tomorrow is going to be a much better day with the markets. Certainly about it. Let's go for a nice short here. We're streaming from Monday to Friday, guys, 30 minutes before the US market starts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and have the notification turned on. We're right here every single day performing. And by the way, thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out here. Make sure to like the video. It helps us a lot. Exactly, Kevin. It goes around back and forth, but it's also a good chance here to monetize. If my entry right now is the place of rejection, then it's good basically. If it becomes a lower stage level of rejection from the high, if we take that and we set another round number 2 of 40-50 points, we're gonna be great with this one. Let's go. This is the candle that has to deliver. Let's go, everyone. Could give it a try. If we break below the current 50s, I'm gonna set my stop loss to my entry, guys. If we break below 50s, cannot afford the markets to retest the highs. Cannot afford that. So let's just confirm below 50s and then let me just deal with a break even here. That's an ugly rejection. Of course, Shiny Paladin, they're still a very competitive company out there. You know, things gotta be compared with what is existing in the markets, in what ways, from the pricing until the latest details you guys care about. You know, right now there is obviously a reaction of frustration, but this reaction is gonna go away. And a lot of the people will return to Ticktick Trader that today consider a bad option. They are going to improve, they are going to change things in favor. They also did a flash sale, of course, to counterattack the current feeling and energy. That's real. It's a beautiful, beautiful pressure here and the 1 minute flat opening. This one has to sell, guys, otherwise I'm gonna be out. So if we don't dump into the current candle and we turn this one green, I'm not gonna sit here in a trade that is not delivering. So beautiful. Let's go, guys. We're putting the stop loss to our entry. There you go. We're risk free. Let's go. Let's just slowly continue. It's not about shutting down at all, so there is no such risk. They did not talk about a such risk. It is about the necessity to counterattack fraudsters, and it comes out as a response. I guess they wouldn't do it if the problem wouldn't be here. They don't need to decrease their sales. They know that the changes they made are not going to improve their sales. Let's go, guys. It's a beautiful... I'm going to partially get out. Sold 5 contracts right there. Selling an extra 5 contracts. So we're sitting on 5 here and then letting the rest as it is. Recovered about $600 so far. If the market wants to reverse and it's not getting into our target, which is quite deep, of course, from the high it is about 100 points. It's hard to trail here, stop loss, because they're hunting those trailings. With the back and forth micro movement, trailing at these levels is terrible. Let's go to the target. Not much to go about. Lemon. Go for it. Go for the target. I'm out here, fellas. Out. Beautiful. That's a celebration time. That's a celebration time. That's a beautiful celebration time. Recovered about $1,000. It was a good trade. It was definitely a good trade. And now, let's look for the longs. Let's look into the possibilities to get out here with some longs. Go around some limit orders on the 20,000s. Right, 20,001. 2 contracts, 20,002. 1 contract. $19.98, 1. $96, 1. And 93, 3 contracts. We got limit orders right there sitting. Whoever has an issue, guys, let me know. Whoever has an issue with a KYC, send me a DM, direct message on Discord with your ticket ID. And I'm going to reach out to their team to consider your KYC problem faster. Reach out to me on Discord. Send me a direct message on Discord, guys. All those of you that have problems with a KYC. And I'm going to reach back to you and let you know what's happening. Good job, Anton. Good job with that. Hopefully, we have not been front run here. Hopefully, we have not been front run here. We got the order sitting around this level. Below 20,000s and slightly above that. Hopefully, we did not. I'm not gonna long here at all. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for the opportunity. Looking for a stronger move. So we published, guys, for those of you that didn't watch our video about Ticktick Trader, we just published. Here is the video on my YouTube channel, chat. I did paste you the link. That's the video. KYC means know your customer. It's a verification process of the identity of the customer. KYC. Know your customer. That's the video I published about new rules, in my opinion, on that. Obviously, it's never going to be enjoyable when it's harder to make money. That's universal to all of you guys. It's the way it is. But at the same time, I have to consider the side of their position to be changing these rules. What was their position? What is their position? And what is the need of that? Because no company wants to drive their sales downside and to decrease their sales. No company wants to do that. They're only doing it if they are forced. with very strong and specific cases. And that is basically the issues they had with the hedging clusters. That's what they said, of course. I'm speaking to you what they said, guys, as official information. Moving a limit by a little bit higher, we could have a double bottom here, and I could miss out on the movement to the top side. Moved some limit orders. Could be a nice rejection here, guys, and then I'd like to be in some of the positions. So we got 4 contracts filled up. The other buying positions are located below 20,000s. Adding 3 positions to this, we're sitting on 7 micros long. So you don't have a ticket, but you can complete your KYC. So there is 2 ways of doing KYC on the platform through their third-party service. There is a third-party service they are connected with, which is doing the KYC. If that service do not work for some reasons, for some accuracy reasons, on the way they're reading your documents and stuff like that, I'm out of my trade here, guys. 86 bucks, so we brought this account in profit here. Now, no ticket. You can send out a ticket on the help desk, Ricardo. You're supposed to send out a ticket on the help desk. Let me attach you the link with the help desk. So you send a ticket to the help desk, you explain the problem, you submit a request to the help desk, explain the problem in a ticket. You don't need to access your profile to send the ticket. So if you have sent out a ticket, then I need your ticket ID, which you have received. Your support ticket ID, if you have already sent it. You can send out a ticket ID on Discord in a private message to me. Anyone that has a KYC problem, send out a ticket to me. Yeah, so the KYC verification, that is a third-party service, is not a company belonging to Ticktick Trader. It is a company they are partnered with, and it's doing this KYC verification. Is having some issues with certain clients. They're refusing basically the KYC in an unjustified way. But that is not Ticktick Trader refusing your KYC. It's that third-party service, which is why reaching out to them should help this. That's why, let me know, guys. Let me know. Reach out to me, like I said, on Discord through direct message, and I'm going to help you guys as much as I can. So we have been recovering. We were down more than $2,000, and then we pretty much had a good streak. Where are the fireworks? We don't have fireworks yet, but this was this in position here. We're down by $2,000. That's how we started our trading day. And then what? And then made about 1,500, remained with a minus of 500. From there, we increased the loss to 1,200 and then fully recovered from there. So we recovered from a a total of $2,600 losses today. Thank you, Kevin. We have recovered from that. Which is why, in the way it sits right now, difficult for me to push my trading. I mean, even when you recover from big losses, you feel like you've done a good job, and you feel like pushing it forward and setting more pressure is not going to help. Which is why I'm about to call it a day, guys. But before I'm going to call it a day, I'd like to tell you a few words in terms of your trading journey, my trading journey, and the things we have to achieve as traders. We got to focus on our productivity, skills, knowledge, great performance for long term. We have to sit together and discover the best solutions for the most difficult cases or for situations that are not pleasurable. Such feelings that we're going through today is not going to be the last time we're going to see changes in a prop firm that we love, we enjoy, we've made money with, we've been trading for months. Some people have been trading for years. They are online for 3 years already. In January, they run their anniversary. And I'm sure, basically, at the end of the day, as soon as there is going to be improvements as well, the emotion that we have today is going to go away, and we're going to compare, we're going to adjust, we're going to diversify, we're going to be still enjoying the process of trading, which sometimes becomes more difficult because of us, or simply more difficult because of the environment. It is a very dynamic activity, guys. It's challenging. It's why we love it, right? Because it's very dynamic. It brings that feeling of existency into our lives. We do enjoy doing other things as well as human beings, but this is something we love in particular. So thank you guys once again for watching. We're gonna have a great time, fellas. We're gonna adjust, fight back, and at the end of the time, we're gonna be on our personal funds sooner or later as good traders. Become financial free and script our life as we want. That's the target. That's what we're working towards. Thank you once again, guys, for watching. Have a good time. I love you all, fellas. Looking forward to it tomorrow, 30 minutes before the US market opens. We are going to be on live. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. And another thing, for those of you that want to buy accounts, you're going to have the old drawdown if you buy the accounts this week. Right, so we're going to have the old drawdown if you buy the account this week. If you buy the account next week on 24th, the new drawdown is going to be placed. So you have an advantage. For those of you that would like to have more, you have an advantage this week. Appreciate it, guys. Kevin, Anton, all the fellas out here. Appreciate it. I'm going to have a few words for you guys every time we need to raise the energy and be in a right state of mind every day. Whatever comes externally, we must have a way of protecting ourselves. Enjoy, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.